Hi, I'm Mr. Nguyen. I'm your student's pre-calculus teacher for this school year. And I know that this is a different format of back to school night than we're used to, but we live in different times. And I just want to say thank you for taking your time out and watching my little presentation. I know that distance learning is not ideal for student learning. It's not ideal for students or for me teaching as well, but we're making the most out of our situation. And I think that we should be really proud of our students, of your kids, for how they have really stayed on top of this new format of learning that they're going through. It's not the easiest thing to have motivation during just being at home, but they have been consistently coming in online to my classes. They have been consistently doing their homeworks and staying proactive in their learning. So, I just want to thank them for that, and thank you as parents for helping them, for pushing them to that. Right. A little bit about myself. Like I said, my name is Mr. Nguyen. This is my 6th year here at Bolsa Grande High School, teaching math. I also coach basketball for the boys program here as well. I graduated Cal State Long Beach in 2013, and I got my teaching credentials a year later in Long Beach, and I immediately found a job here at Bolsa Grande, and I've been here ever since, obviously. I love this campus. I love the students. I love the staff and the parents that I come into interact with. So I love this campus. I don't see myself leaving here anytime soon, for sure. Being in pre-calculus, it's a higher level of math class than most students are used to. There's a very high, quick-paced math class, and the purpose of that is to get them as ready as possible for calculus. The main idea for pre-cal, like the name says, it's before calculus. So there's a lot of content that we have to cover, and a lot of concepts and conceptual understanding and procedural tasks that we have to cover. Some of those tasks are quadratics, polynomials, radical, rational, exponential, logarithmic, and so on and so forth. If you want a more thorough breakdown of what they're expected to learn in pre-calculus, you can look at my syllabus, which is on my Google Classroom. I posted it on my Google Classroom for you to go through, look at, and so on. How the students will learn? Well, right now we are stuck in this distance learning format where we have the asynchronous and synchronous times. What I've been doing with my synchronous is that in that 80-minute block, I've been trying to get out 1 or 2 lessons. And whatever I don't finish, I use my time for the asynchronous to follow up on and to finish there. I also use my asynchronous time as office hours for students to come in, or log in, and ask for questions and help during that time, where it's a little bit more small grouped, and it can be a little bit more individualized help. So I highly suggest students coming to the asynchronous times when it's not a mandatory session, quote unquote. Just in terms of my class routine, it's pretty straightforward in terms of students logging in. I give them a little bit of leeway just because there's internet issues. My biggest thing for this time is for students to be able to communicate. If they're having trouble logging in, or their camera's not working, or their Chromebook or computer for some reason is not working, just to communicate that with me. I think I'm very understanding about tech issues. I get it. Things are going to happen. It's not always going to go as smooth as possible. But as long as they communicate and they express what they're going through, I will do my best to be understanding and give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay. Like I said about class routine, a little bit of leeway in terms of when to log on, like a 2 5-minute window. they come in, they ask for, we usually go over questions from the homework, after which I ask them to share some questions and reflections from the previous notes. So we read out loud questions, reflections that they themselves have written. And then we as a class or myself, we address those questions so everything gets understood from the previous lesson. Just in terms of grading, my grading for this year, 60% of their grades are going to come from tests, finals, and projects. I have planned a kind of a research-based project for this first semester. 20% will be quizzes and notebooks, and the notebook criteria is all on Google Classroom. The notebook is probably a really big chunk of their grade, and it requires a lot of work, and we spend a whole day kind of talking about the notebook. So they should be very in tune with what I want from it. 10% is homework/homework quizzes. So homework, for me, part of homework is based off of effort. Even if they don't understand the homework, it's about effort and putting in, and at least trying on all the problems, right? The homework quizzes part is every day I'm gonna select one problem and I'm gonna grade that one problem in particular, just to see and gauge where their understanding is, okay? As long as they're on the right track, they're probably gonna get full credit. They're most likely gonna get full credit on it, on their homework and their homework quizzes. Then 10% participation. Just because we're in this distance learning, I wanna make sure that we have class discussions, that kids are asking questions and so on and so forth. So I wanna make sure that them participating and talking in class, I wanna reward them for that, which are pretty easy points. And if they're shyer children or students, then I'll just pick on them and they can type it to me, or they can, it'll be just quick responses. So far everybody has been doing a good job with participation, so I'm not too worried about that in that aspect. Okay. In terms of contacting me, there's two main ways. I kind of wrote right here. The top is my district email, tnguyen18@ggusd.us. I'm pretty good at responding there. Or you can text me on this Google Voice number. That would probably be ideal. That's how students have been asking me for help a lot. They have been texting this number, and I've been texting them back with, help with whatever, or if they're having internet issues or just last minute issues that maybe an email won't suffice or is quick enough, so they can use this number. So you as parents can use this number too, if you choose, if you feel like there's a need to talk to me or set up some sort of meeting. Okay, that's pretty much all I have for today. Thank you so much for taking your time out and watching this little video that I have. Thank you.